legacy. Of course, the big factor, 43 years old for Evander Holyfield, something that everybody has been talking about. And tonight, a little bit something special, because this is a special event really in Dallas, which has really turned on a great buzz in this city for the fight. We're going to get a real parade of champions tonight in advance of this fight, and it's going to be presented by the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we present our main event fighters, we are honored to have 7 world champions joining us tonight. We'd like to present them to you at this time. In the ring, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former kickboxing world champion and 2-time featherweight champion of the world from Mansfield, Texas, Troy Dorsey. And with us here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have gentlemen with a career record of 35 wins, 3 losses. The 2-time world champion from Fort Worth, Texas, Paulie Ayala. And ladies and gentlemen, joining us tonight from San Antonio, Texas, the 2-time world champion, Jesse James Leha. And in the ring at this time, ladies and gentlemen, we have the former welterweight world champion, the Hall of Famer, Curtis Cokes. And in the ring, ladies and gentlemen, a true legend of boxing from Panama, the 6-time world champion, Manos de Piedra, Roberto Duran. And ladies and gentlemen, part of our broadcast team at ringside tonight, please welcome the former lightweight world champion, the champ himself, Sean O'Grady. And ladies and gentlemen, working in the broadcast booth upstairs, introducing the 2-time heavyweight champion of the world, Chris Bird. And at ringside, ladies and gentlemen, we have a world champion in another sport. Please welcome the All-Pro wide receiver from the Dallas Cowboys, the future Hall of Famer, the world champion himself, Drew Pearson. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you, and we welcome you to the American Airlines Center here in Dallas, Texas, for the featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Evander Holyfield's Real Deal Events in association with the Horseshoe Casino Hotel. This bout coming away is sanctioned by the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation, the Executive Director, William Kuntz, Deputy Director, Brian Francis. Judging at ringside for this bout, Gail Van Hoy, Don Griffin, and Neil Young. And our third man in the ring, Rafael Ramos. All right, fans, here we go with our featured bout of the evening. 10 rounds of boxing scheduled in a heavyweight special attraction. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from Dallas, Texas, it's time for the best damn fight night period main event of the evening. Introducing to you first on my left, he is fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks with white trim. He joins us from Charleston, West Virginia. He weighed in at 225.5 pounds with a record of 21 wins, 11 losses, and 1 draw. He has 18 big wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the hard-hitting Jeremy the Beast Bates. And his opponent across the ring on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, a true legend of boxing, entering the ring wearing purple trunks with red and white trim. Hailing from Atlanta, Georgia, he weighed in at 220 pounds. His record, 38 wins, 8 losses, and 2 draws, with 25 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, after nearly a 2-year absence, tonight he makes his return to the ring, introducing the former Cruiserweight World Champion and the 4-time Heavyweight Champion of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, here is boxing's true warrior, introducing Evander, the real deal, Holyfield. And is our referee in charge, Rafael Ramos.
Come here. You receive the pre-fight instruction. Protect yourself and obey my command, okay? Good luck. Let's do it.
All right, here we go now as we get ready for this return to the ring after 21 months. And let's see how Holyfield plays it. In the Texas rule book, no 3 knockdown rule, no standing 8 count. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round, including the last round. Either the referee or the doctor can stop the fight. And if we have to go to the headbutt rule, we'll go to the cards from the 4th round on. Here we go into round 1. JeremyBates said he would go right after Evander Holyfield. Let's see if that's the case. Holyfield, a light left jab to start things off. Evander said he wasn't looking for rounds tonight. He's looking to take care of business.
He needs to make an impression tonight, an impression on the face of JeremyBates. Bates is not going to run. Bates says, I only know one way to fight. I get in there and brawl. He's not afraid to get hit. He'll take 2 punches to land one of his own. You don't win fights that way.
Keep in mind also that Evander has had in some of his recent fights that were losses prior to his layoff. He did have good first rounds against opponents. In fact, one of the best was in his worst defeat against James Toney. He had an outstanding first round against Toney that way, and the crowd already beginning a Holyfield chant.
And listen to that. I'm telling you, as a fighter, when you hear something like that, if you're Holyfield, it spurs you. It just gives you all kinds of energy.
Good right hand by JeremyBates. He snuck it in on Holyfield, and now Holyfield goes to the jab.
Look at the bounce in his step, Holyfield. Says he's fighting now without injuries. In the past, he's had to go overcome these injuries. Now he doesn't have any.
Bates, I'm sure, feeling some sense of nerves. He's never been in this kind of national spotlight before. Tried to sneak that right in again on Holyfield, but that one came up short. Rafael Ramos, 3rd man in the ring. Now Holyfield trying to get a rhythm, it looks like here, Sean, with a left jab.
Sure is. Look at the bounce. Look at the loose punches from Holyfield. Also trying to put the combinations together. In this opening round, so many times in that fight, you want to just get your opponent used to getting hit. Put some punches on him. Work on your speed if you're Holyfield. The first thing any fighter loses with age is speed. Put him out there. Don't try to knock him out at this point.
Evander moving around the ring. Looks very mobile, at least here in round 1. Bates trying to put the pressure on, but he's having trouble reaching Holyfield with jabs. But he is backing Holyfield up, as he promised he would do.
Yeah, he's backing Holyfield up. If Holyfield, when going backwards, come up with some uppercuts, make Jeremy run into them. See how Jeremy stands with his kind of in a crouch position? You got to get him out of that to hit him.
I got it.
Rafael Ramos says, no. None of this holding, none of this tying up, none of this wrestling.
Holyfield back to the jab once again. It seemed like earlier when he started to jab, he started to build a rhythm off of that, unloaded a combination, and here you see it come right again. That seems to be the key for Evander to get started.
Good left hook from Evander.
Oh, strong right hand by Holyfield. First real hard punch of the fight. And Bates comes in and has to hang on a bit. He felt that one. He rocks back a little bit on his legs. I'm watching those legs, and they're a little bit wobbly right now. Within the last 10 seconds of the round, and Holyfield trying to pour it on. Bates is going to need to punch back. He's not punching back. Ramos is looking at him, and the bell sounds. He did not stop the fight. I thought Rafael Ramos was going to jump in and stop the fight any moment.
I believe he was thinking about it. But this fight goes on. The bell really saved JeremyBates. Holyfield on the attack. What a great crescendo, too.
You got this.
Listen.
Looking good.
Looking good. There it is. Toward the end of the round, the final seconds of that first round, look at this combinations. Look how fast his punches are. Holyfield says, I'm back, my shoulders are healed, and I've got not only power, I've got speed. He's showing both of them there, the final seconds of that first round.
You got this. Keep it up. Work that jab. Let's go.
All right, they want JeremyBates to work a jab, but his problem was he couldn't reach Holyfield with the jab in the first round. That was a great rally by Holyfield at the end of round number 1. He definitely had Bates hurt and ready to go, and I thought that Ramos was thinking about stopping the fight. But he allowed it to continue, and Bates comes out for round 2.
But for Bates, he must get aggressive. Throw a lot of punches right now. Holyfield thinks he's going to come out and take you out. You've got to back him up.
Now Evander, and I'm seeing him throwing combinations, which is a good sign for Evander, because in recent fights he was throwing just one punch at a time, and that's not enough.
Good right hand. That hurt Bates.
Right, no punch. I got it. That's it.
Bates coming forward a little bit, still a little bit rocky, I think, from the last round assault from Holyfield. But remember, as I mentioned in the first round, Holyfield had great first rounds, some of his previous fights, but then wore down quickly after that. Let's see if he can keep up the attack.
The right side of the face of Bates is real red from those left hooks.
Good work with the jab tonight so far by Holyfield. As you remember, Chris Bird was saying that when he fought Chris Bird, Holyfield couldn't land a jab, and he was landing only 3 jabs all night. But he is throwing it out here tonight. There it is again. There's a nice combination from Holyfield, body and head. Beautiful work with the left hand, doubled up with the hook.
And a wobble. It's just a matter of time. Holyfield can end this anytime he wants. See the double left hook from Holyfield? If he wanted to end it, he'd come back with a right hand.
No punch, baby. No punch. That's it.
You really see how good Holyfield is, too. He's been fighting at the upper level.
Good right hand for Bates, and that drives Holyfield to the ropes. And Holyfield actually has to hold on. Bates landed his best punch, a right hand.
He's trying.
And he tries to come over the top again with it. And now he's going to try to rough up Holyfield on the ropes.
No punch. I got it. No, don't push it out. Don't push it.
Bates a street fighter. He's a brawler.
You hold him, baby. I got it. No punch it. No punch it. That's it.
But he's in there with a guy that's been manhandled or tried to be manhandled in the past and knows how to handle it. Holyfield step back, left hook, and hurt him again.
I got it. Come on.
Bates is hurt once again.
Bates' legs betraying him a little. Nice right hand. Good combination from Holyfield. Another good combination. Each one a 3-punch combination. Now Evander trying to unload as we near the end of the round. Can Bates survive the round? 15 seconds to go. Holyfield pouring it on. Ramos is watching it closely. Bates better throw something back. He does not, and the referee stops the fight. It's all over. Evander Holyfield has returned to the ring with a 2-round knockout of JeremyBates. And believe me, he threw a lot of punches in 2 rounds.
That's it.
Well, Evander accomplished a lot. He got his punches going. He wanted to make sure that his shoulders did well after the surgery. He wanted to make sure that he had the speed of a younger Holyfield. He wanted to make sure he still had the power of a Holyfield of the past. So he did accomplish a lot tonight.
Of course, he had an opponent in front of him who was not a mover, a guy who came to him, which is more adaptable for Holyfield to fight than a fighter like Chris Bird or Larry Donald, one who was moving away. And in this case, Holyfield had a man who was there to be hit, and he hit him. And Evander unloaded. Evander threw a lot of punches. Against Larry Donald, he hardly threw punches. In fact, he spent 12 rounds doing almost nothing. But in this round, in 2 rounds, we're not going to say anything, past what it was. I mean, he definitely fired away, and he threw a lot of shots at Bates, and he was very accurate tonight. There's that right hand by Bates that landed. One strong right, and as you see, Holyfield felt it and dropped him, and he went back to the ropes. But then the finish, Sean.
And then it was Holyfield, and he had Bates in a shell. He just wore him down, and Bates just had enough. Rafael Ramos said that's all. But again, another look at it. Look at the combinations from Holyfield. The uppercut working well, the right cross working well. He's still firing on his punches, still pretty sharp. He's 43 years old. Look at him. He looks pretty good, pretty strong still. And he's in there with JeremyBates. But this is a testing fight, a probing fight, just to see where he stands and to put him back into the picture. Rafael Ramos says that's all.
Well, it's one that he wanted to be able to assess himself at the end of the fight, and so it'll be interesting to see what he has to say tonight, and I'm sure we'll all be assessing, as the fans around the nation will be assessing Evander Holyfield's performance this evening, and I'm sure those in the heavyweight division will be assessing Evander Holyfield's